So here's a little role play where I'm doing a number of key things wrong. See how many you can spot, maybe make some notes, and then after the video, I'll reveal the answers. So this course will cost you $4,000 for the design and then to run it for 2 groups.
You know, that's a little more than we have budgeted for. Is there any way you can reduce it a bit?
Well, you are a regular customer, so I suppose I could reduce it to $3,500.
That's not a bad rate. And what if we actually scheduled several dates for this program, spread over the next 2 years? How much cheaper would that be?
Well, if you ran it for several dates, it would come down to $3,000 per course.
But Chris, it's 3 courses. I think for that you should be able to give us a bigger discount. Can you reduce it a little bit more?
Well, I suppose I could reduce it to $2,500.
How about 2,000?
Oh, okay then. You've got a deal. Okay, so I hope you spotted a few things that I did wrong. These were the 3 main things, which I hope you noticed. First, I used round numbers, which made all the numbers I quoted sound made up. It reduced my credibility and showed I was just playing a game. Second, I forgot to move in small steps, so I gave too much away each time. And this meant that I came down from $4,000 to only $2,500, which was a big loss of money for me. And third, perhaps harder to spot, but I hope you got it, was that I didn't trade. I just conceded, which was weak, and it made it easy for Lily to push me down further and further. So now let's see what it looks like when I do it right. Odd numbers, small steps, and trading. So the course would cost $4,200, and that's for the design and then to run it for the 2 groups.
That's a little bit more than we have budgeted for. Is there any way you could reduce it just a little bit?
Well, I think it is a good price. Maybe if we had an agreement that you would have 12 people or fewer on each course, that would save me a little bit of cost. I could do it for $4,100 then.
It's still a little bit high. What if we were to book this date for several programs spread over the next 2 years? How much cheaper would that be?
Well, running it several times would bring the cost down a little bit. If you booked 3, I could bring it down to $3,840. But if you wanted to bring it down a bit more, I had an idea. If you could refer to me on your website, recommend me on there, and if I could refer to you on my website as a customer, then I could bring it down to $3,660. How about that?
Okay, what if we were to provide you with all of the printing and gave you a really great lunch every day? What would be the absolute best you could do it for?
Well, the lunch would be nice. The printing doesn't make a lot of difference to my costs, but I suppose it would make it a little bit cheaper to run. So if you did the printing and provided the lunch as well, then I could bring it down to $3,620. How about we go ahead on that basis?
That's a good deal. Let's do it.
Excellent. In this version, I end up on $3,620 rather than $2,500, and I've got some valuable tradables as well. It's a huge difference. Always make sure when you negotiate that you don't use round numbers, that you move in small steps, and that you trade.